every single YouTube video talking about how to build muscle has probably said the exact same things and maybe worded them in a different way. Go to the gym, do push-pull legs, do full body workout, go 6 times a week, eat 1 pound of protein per pound of body weight, or 1 gram of protein, sorry. So while these stuff do work, people undermine the other stuff that is super crucial for muscle growth and the difference that I saw after implementing these things. So I used to be fat and I used to not be able to lose weight and gain much muscle despite working out, doing push-ups and going to the gym. And then fast forward now, I feel way better, first of all, and my body got a lot better. I could actually stay leaner despite eating around 3,000 calories per day. And I know you might be thinking, oh, that is absolutely crazy. That is so many calories. But when your metabolism is fast and your testosterone's high, you could pretty much eat a lot of food. So in this video, I'm not going to give some generic bullshit advice. Oh, eat 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Oh, go to the gym and make sure you push to failure. Because while that shit does work and it's the best basics to learn at first, if you're watching this, you're probably a bit more advanced and you probably know this stuff already. So I'm going to tell you the 3 main tips that has helped me go from this to this. And before we start the video, I want to say that I have a full course on how to boost your testosterone levels. And testosterone is the male sex hormone that's been declining rapidly over the past years. And you might think, why is testosterone important here? I'm going to talk about more in detail later into the video. But for now, let's get into number 1. Now, number 1 is a concept that I heard quite recently, and that's called nucleus overload training. Now, essentially what nucleus overload training is training a muscle, a specific muscle, every single day for 30 days. High rep and the least amount of damage possible. So for example, if you want to grow your chest, but you want to grow it very fast, what you could do is do pec flies or do push-ups for 30 days straight. Ideally, the more you isolate the muscle, the better. So if it only works that muscle, even better. And it's got to do the least amount of damage possible. So let's say, for example, if you want to grow your chest the most, even though the whole point of nucleus overload is to train the muscle every day, that does not mean you do heavy 100 kg bench press every single day, because that will just damage the muscle more than grow it. Maybe lightweight pec flies, or if you're very good at push-ups, just do a ton of push-ups. Stuff like that. So I want you guys to pick a muscle that is lagging. Maybe it's your forearms, maybe it's your biceps, maybe it's your shoulders, maybe it's your chest. Wherever it is, pick a movement that you could do every single day. Ideally higher rep. You want the least amount of damage possible with the most amount of muscle growth. So for example, if you want to grow your side delt, you could do lateral raises every single day. And doing this, after the 30 days, you're going to take a 1-week break. So when you take that break, some sciencey shit happens and your mTOR resets. And when your mTOR resets, when you go back into your normal training routine, not nucleus overload, then you're going to realize that muscle that you have been training blows up. It gets way bigger, right? So you could do this with any lagging muscle group. And I want you guys to implement this and try it out for yourself. And that is the reason why I got a massive chest. And it was basically on accident because I was training chest every single day. And now, number 2 is 4 eggs per day. Now, I'm going to oversimplify this and break it down to just 4 eggs per day. Because if you're watching this video, you know about protein, you know about protein synthesis. You probably do eat chicken breast or tuna and stuff like that. But when you replace those things with stuff like eggs, which are also high in protein, but high in micronutrients and cholesterol, you also get higher testosterone production. And when you get higher testosterone production, you build more muscle. And that is why I was able to build muscle way faster than I was before. It's because of testosterone. So number 2 is actually just boost your testosterone in general. So boosting your testosterone in general is eating higher quality foods. And what do I mean by high quality foods? I mean foods that are high in micronutrients that are essential for testosterone production. So some of those micronutrients are zinc, magnesium, choline, boron. I don't want to bore you with the details, but also foods that are high in cholesterol. So stuff like red meat, eggs, avocado, olive oil, butter, vegetables, fruits. Stuff like this will boost your testosterone. Stop eating the bullshit bodybuilder diet that is made for people who are on anabolic steroids and they are injecting synthetic hormones. So they don't need to make hormones themselves, but you do. Only listen to a natural. because a natural has to make his own hormones. You have to eat a way different diet to someone like Sam Sulek. Sam Sulek fucking drinks his chocolate milk. You might be thinking, oh look, he drinks chocolate milk and he's jacked. Oh look, you eat eggs every day, but you're nowhere near as jacked as him. Yeah, motherfucker, he's on steroids. For people who don't actually understand what steroids is, it's basically injecting a synthetic part of the hormone. So it activates the androgen receptor way more. For example, same as trenbolone or TRT or some form of dihydrotestosterone. Injecting those make you have way more androgens than a natty. So that's why they don't need to be eating foods to produce testosterone, because their natural way of testosterone has already shut down already. The body has already shut it down. Now they need these needles. So no, you can't just drink your chocolate milk and eat chicken breast and tuna and expect to see massive results, because that's not how it works. Now, if you want to know how to actually boost your testosterone A to Z, because it's a lot more complicated than just diet. There's so much other stuff that go into play: diet, exercise, sleep, and actually living. When I say living, I mean like the lifestyle habits that you do impact your testosterone levels severely. And if you want to check out more details, it's in the link in the description, where for around 15 minutes I explain what I do and what's the point of testosterone and stuff like that. And now, number 3, and I actually haven't heard of this before recently as well, and I'm very surprised that the gym industry don't talk about this, and that is mixing pump and heavy training. There's usually 2 kinds of training that I see. There's the high volume training where they do extremely high rep. When I say extremely high rep, let's say like 20 reps per set. So they just do pump training or push-ups, people who do calisthenics. And those people do get good results. And I'm not saying that it does not work, because the pump is actually very important for muscle growth. So they see good results, but it's not ideal for strength. You may have heard, obviously, lower reps equals more strength, more powerlifting kind of thing, right? And then you got the people on the other side who do lift weights, but they lift more heavy weights. They lift 6 to 10 reps. They do heavy squat, they do heavy bench, they do heavy deadlift. And most of the time, these people also see muscle growth, but they see it less than these guys, but they are stronger. So you guys who are in your gym journey might be thinking, I have to sacrifice one or the other, but not necessarily. What I found is that when you combine heavy lifts, for example, you do a heavy bench press, and then combine that with pump kind of training. So let's say for chest, you do push-ups or pec fly. When you combine those 2 types of training, it basically recruits 2 different kinds of mechanisms in your body that are both crucial for muscle growth. So let's say you want to grow your biceps. Now with biceps, you don't just do extremely heavy chin-ups for 5 reps and leave it. Or you don't just do fucking 8 kg bicep curls for 30 reps and leave it. What you do is do a heavy set. Let's say you do your chin-ups, you do a heavy bicep curl or something like that, and your muscles are very fatigued. And then you go to the preacher curl and do lower weight and try get the pump. If you combine both of those, you'll see exponentially more muscle results than people on both of those sides. Because the human body needs the heavy lifting and the pump lifting. You need both. Because if you miss one, then you're not going to see optimal results. That is the main things that made me build muscle a lot easier, despite the fact that I don't even do bodybuilding myself. And if you want to build more muscle, obviously you can follow all of these steps. And if you have lower testosterone levels, it's going to be extremely difficult for you to actually put on muscle, lose fat. And if you want to just have a more masculine kind of presence, more masculine face, body, etc., then go check out the link in the description. It won't really hurt you. You don't have to buy it. Just go check it out so you can see exactly what I'm talking about here. Because the biggest tangible difference I saw in my life in general, not even just muscle growth, is when I increased my testosterone levels. Because testosterone, I don't want to get too detailed into this video, but it's basically a man's life force. Why do you think some people build way more muscle easier than others? Obviously, if they are both natural, I'm assuming. If they are both natural, obviously there's other genetics that go into play other than testosterone. There's still so many other stuff, but a big component of that is testosterone levels. So if you increase your testosterone to elite levels, and I'm talking about 800, 900, 1000 nanograms, then you're gonna see muscle gains way easier. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.